Everyone, welcome to What If Deku Michael Myers. And now let's get on to it. We look at a boy at the age of 5 being bullied by Katsuki Bakugo. Or Bakugo Katsuki, whatever you prefer. In this time, he was a young soul, a very innocent person. As Midoriya would try to protect people from Bakugo, but inevitably would get the full brunt of the attack. It was small explosions. Being beat up every day. Midoriya would, you can say, he was unique. He was as smart as Nezuko in this timeline. If not a bit smarter. So let's go to what happens as children or middle school. Anything between that, you would be bullied constantly, non-stop. His mother, like Canon, lost hope that he can become a hero. But she would still, support him, even though she herself does not believe so. Being quirkless is very hard in this world. As Midoriya, you can say, was in middle school, and we go to what happens. As the teacher would announce that, I know you all want to become heroes. As Bakugo would do, saying, yeah, none of these extras can ever make it into UA. See, I'm the only one. There'll probably be some sidekicks to some B-lister, hero or whatever. As, it will continue. As Midoriya would inevitably have his book thrown out of the window and into a basically, structure. The water. This happening, Midoriya would very easily realize that, yes, doesn't matter how many people take him down, he would always get back up. Midoriya's will, on the other hand, was something all other than human. Even though people put him down, he didn't care what they thought. His face, his personality became cold in order to block out others. He wouldn't even respond to Bakugo's comments anymore, nor try to help others. They didn't help him, so why should he help them? As we go to what you can presume to be a Sludge Incident. Midoriya at this time was still pure of heart. Yes, he would help people, but only if those people don't seem to be bullies. But even so, his mind will be wavered and few. As a Sludge Villain would come and try to take his body, no one will be there but himself for the time being. I need to survive. I need to go to UA. I can't die here. As he would start fainting, you'd hear a voice. Detroit Smash! As All Might very easily would punch the Sludge Villain, dispersing the Sludge Villain entirely. And this would happen easily, without any effort, as the time limit on All Might's Quirk would start to lay low. As Midoriya wanted to ask him a question, All Might, as he would jump off, as the only way Midoriya could have answered the question or asked the question is if he jumped with All Might. As All Might will feel like his foot is heavier in a bit, as he would look down and try to, push Midoriya off, as that would go in canon. As they would land on a roof, and Midoriya would ask questions. Are you really All Might? as he would be debuffed into Skull Knight. Are you really All Might? I'm a fan. Can I get your autograph? As you know, I'll say All Might's timer was a bit lower than it was in canon for the event, so he gets his autograph now. As he would ask the important question: All Might, even without a quirk, can I still become a hero like you? Can I even become a hero in general in your eyes? As Midoriya or All Might would say the answer: no. Become a police officer. Become someone that has a safe job, boy. As he would jump off, or more lines not jump off, but do what he did, kind of take the stairs. As there would be a voice, or more lines, a child's yell, screaming. And, I'll say explosions, you can say. As, Midoriya would be running to the location immediately. As he would see Bakugo try to attack a Sludge Villain, while there was some sort of person in the Sludge Villain. As he would run and try to help, as he saw the fear in this person's eyes. The fear. She was frightened beyond any belief. Her childlike mind couldn't comprehend what happened. She was just walking, or trying to run away from Yakuza. As out of nowhere, a bottle will be burst out. As soon as it hit the ground, the bottle will burst as the Sludge Villain will exit, taking over the girl. This was where Bakugo would be near and try to help the girl, but inevitably attacking the girl instead, as the Sludge Villain used the girl as a shield towards any of the attacks. Bakugo, being hard-headed, would understand this and would seek trying to attack, harming the girl in general. As inevitably, Midoriya would walk in upon this, as he would notice that no heroes or anybody would try to help. What? Why isn't anyone helping? As, out of nowhere, a person would hear a voice. We don't have the quirks for this. We gotta wait until another hero who has the quirk for this to help. As you know, All Might will start running at the sight of this. His body seemed to move on its own. As he would push Bakugo out the way with significant strength, as Bakugo would be pushed back. As Bakugo would try to reach out, but before he could, with all his might, all of Midoriya's might, he would yank the child out of the Sludge Villain, immediately switching their places. Having enough force to, yes, free the girl, as the girl would look into his eyes and be thankful, but yet sad that the boy had to take his place. As this would have All Might be full extermination into Go Plus Ultra, and inevitably disperse the Sludge Villain once more. As a fainted Midoriya, with a lot of bruises on him due to Bakugo's explosion trying to interfere and defeat the villain, then save him. Midoriya was immediately, ran to the ECU. Burn marks, not just that, but very much broken bones in general, and scorch. 2 degree to 3 degree burns. As soon as Bakugo saw that Midoriya switched places with the girl, he immediately went harder on his Quirk. As people, after in the hospital, people would, bark at him and, you shouldn't have done that. And inevitably, he'd have just stayed silent, just so he don't have to hear any back talk from anyone. He would stay silent, as his mother would also, more lines, snap him on the wrist, or slap him, give a little snap. You shouldn't have done that, Izuku. There's heroes out here willing to help. as even the mother was blinded by the society of fake heroes. He knew that no one was going to help. He stayed silent. There was no need for an answer nor a response. As the only one actually caring for him was the girl that he saved. She wanted to visit him after what happened. Thank you. My name's Eri. Thank you for saving me, sir. You're my hero. As you know, she would offer a piece of paper, wanting an autograph. Even though she has no idea who this person is, but just thankful that he, out of everyone else, actually wanted to save her, then to fight the villain, and get the popularity. As Bakugo, fighting the villain would get him much popularity, and it would even boost his ego even more. And in fact, I'm pretty sure you all know where the Quirk is heading, don't you? Midoriya, fixing everything, will try and comprehend what people tried to say that made no sense. Inevitably, he would be going back home with a couple casts, in fact. In fact, he would be healing over the 10 months and studying quirks, or what he does on a daily basis naturally, studying hero quirks and everything, but to a more significant extent while training his body. In the time expanse, he would clean up Deku Beach without a quirk, breaking down his body, trying to lift things, and going to the doctor once or a couple times to make sure he doesn't have any long-lasting damage, trying to help the beach and economy. As he inevitably would go to UA, the entry exam. The entry exam, a lot of people would comment on, oh, why is a quirkless person here? Isn't he the one from the Sludge Incident? As this would have a lot of the media talking, since there are more media than there were in canon. And with the determination, Midoriya would burst through the door. As 0-pointers, 1, 2, 3-pointers, would enter the ring, and Midoriya would find a way to disband of them, destroying and getting a lot of points. Mostly 3-pointers, using people's, quirks to weaken them, and, destroying himself to get the points. Basically stealing people's points immediately. Being the only way you can actually get points. Since his strength is... Yes, it is significant, but it isn't too strong. Using ricochet metal against themselves, Midoriya would gain a significant amount of points until he would hear a voice. Help! Help! As he would look, and there would be a vibration through the ground, rumbling as if there were a lion in the field. As everyone would be running away from what seems to be nothing, as there would be, sand in the air. As the sand would transpire, and Midoriya would see the behemoth of a robot. The 0-pointer. As he would immediately try saving the girl. Inevitably, getting the girl free, but being pushed by a very angry Pomeranian. No, wait, hold on. No, because they wouldn't be in the same thing, wouldn't they? No. Okay, I'm gonna need to think of another. Okay, I got one. As helping the girl out and immediately being pushed by a very, Sonic-like person, as, quote-unquote, the girl of course, the girl would think the Sonic-like individual, even though he himself saved her and not him. Being angry as he would be in a hole, being pushed away and almost stomped onto the zero pointer until the zero pointer was stopped, as Nezu would press the button a second time, shutting off the zero pointer before it can make any real damage. As he would run out of the field, seeing the cruelty of a person's way. As Nezu would see this very clearly, he would read on Midoriya's records that he is quirkless. As someone would, inevitably steal the spotlight from him that was truly his spotlight. Midoriya, at this point, was ready to go home. Midoriya going home would feel excited, as if, he's going, he thought, he had pretty much confidence in himself. He thought he would be able to make it, so, yeah. As the next 2 weeks would continue, Midoriya would get an envelope from the school. Hello, I am Nezu. Yes, you didn't get in the fighting portion of the exam, but you inspired me to choose you. I am Nezu of UA High. I welcome you to Your Hero Academia. I choose you as a recommendation. You had points, but since there was some stuff in the system, some interruptions in the system, there was a few people taking your place. So I decided to put it upon myself to choose you out of everyone else. I am Nezu of UA High. Welcome to Your Hero Academia. As given this opportunity from Nezu, Midoriya would be happy that the principal of UA would want him in his school personally. Midoriya would inevitably. If you're wondering about the writing portion of the exam, Midoriya actually found a lot of errors and a lot of misspellings in the exam, and basically got like 100 in the exam. If not the only person that got 100 in the exam. So yeah. As a couple, times have gone. Next day, Midoriya would inevitably, get the UA uniform. He'll be happy. He'll be very happy. He's like, I made it to it. UA, let's go. Yes, I knew I can do it. And then he would look towards his mom. Mom, are you proud of me? As she would have a fearful face on, but at the same time, she would hide it under a fake smile. Yes, dear, I'm very happy for you. Scared that her little boy will be hurt, but at the same time, surprised that he would even got into UA. Lowballing her own child. As he would go and immediately, basically enter UA's campus, walk to 1A. He would walk to 1A. Imagining this version of Midoriya is, more physically fit since, I'm actually using real life logic. If you're being exploded like 24/7 by like angry Pomeranian with like burn marks on you, guaranteed your body would inevitably through childhood, I'm pretty sure you would either A, get some permanent damage for the rest of your life from burns, or second, your body will learn to more line have not adapted, but more lines have a resistance towards explosions to a certain degree. And especially since this is 300 years in the future, which humans in My Hero Academia are a lot stronger than, 20 kids or children. So, give or take the difference between our bodies and the My Hero Academia's people, because they're 300 years in the future, about that. So their bodies will be a lot more physically fit to actually deal with quirks. And, Stain is he's, a very good, representation of that. So just imagine Midoriya, he's a bit stronger. I'll say with his body and, all the explosions he would take, his body would, be a bit bulky. Or, like, start to get bulky. Because, his, muscles will start to, become, more like dense into some sort of resistance to explosions. Nothing other than course up. Like, I'll say maybe fire a little bit, since, technically, if it's his entire life, he'd be pretty adaptable to, like, explosions. So I'll say he has a very decent, resistance towards, fire in general, since, also compact, since, when, explosions are made, they create compact. And, so he would have very good resistance towards, like, he's just very durable, that's what I'm trying to say. Anyways, continue the video. As he would very easily, walk up to, be lost and almost fall. Or not, no, because he wouldn't even fall. Yeah, I'll say he would fall, because I need drama. So, yeah. As he would fall, and, someone would pick him up. Hold on, let me think. Should there be a ship? Maybe, maybe not. There's a bunch of people I can deal with. Hold up. I'm not gonna try to do this like all my other videos. I'm just gonna continue the video and think of it as I go on. As Midoriya would be picked up by an individual, and he would thank the individual by helping him up. Or more lines, helping him before, he actually fell to, his doom. So, yeah. As doing this, he would walk further and inevitably make it to, UA doors. Opening the door and seeing, do you gotta stick up your ass or something, 4 eyes, as you know. Everyone would see that, it would be, a quirkless kid. Hey, he's not the quirkless kid from the exams? As, they would start whispering and rumors and whatnot. Midoriya would have a very friendly, personality, but very serious at the same time. Like, if you try to mess with him, he would have a very serious tone with you, or, not serious, but, adult, tone with you. But, if you're, just want to, just a new person, he meets you, he'll be, friendly act. So, yeah. Oh, it's Bakugo. Great. This couldn't get any worse. As you know, Ida would look in his direction, and he would just get furious that, people, and, Uraraka would inevitably come in. It's like, hey, are you the person? As, Ida and, Uraraka would start. But, we all know that, Uraraka was saved by Deku, but, Ida, right at the last second, took, the spotlight, so, yeah. As you know, I'll say Midoriya does pretty decent in the quirk examination. In fact, I feel like since this is, he had this entire life, he has been resistant towards quirks and being quirks used on him. His body would be a very leathery texture. Well, not very, Alex, not yet. You'd be more it's rough, but at the same time you can still, kill him. So, yeah. Right, he's he would be very durable as well. But, I'll say he would get, third or, fifth. He would get third for a grip test. Speed, he would be pretty decent at it. Faster than a normal person. So, a little bit. I'll say he'd maybe get, anybody who doesn't have, a basic quirk of running. I'll say he's anybody with a normal quirk, that doesn't involve human enhancement, Midoriya would kind of beat them at it. So he's pretty fast as individual. I'll say, so there's Ida, Soji, Shato, Jiro, Ojiro. So yeah, there's a lot of people he actually beats in speed normally. Like, he would do this by, since he was working or technically, moving trash, he would get, a very good, decent amount, because he would try running with the trash, just, work his legs up, see what he can do while running, and, picking up, how much he can, lift while picking up something, and then running. Yeah, he'd be a lot more faster than everyone else, or, not a lot more faster, but he would be, like, humanly faster than them. So, like, a decent meter is faster than them, so yeah. For jump, he has a normal jump, unless I want to give him that anime flippin' just, like, 200 meters in the air jump, like, natural anime protagonist, but yeah. But no, I'll say he has decent jump. Not nowhere near as Suge level, or Bakugo's, but I'll say, Yaoyorozu has, a staff course, so you can just, gotta use a staff to go up for it, so. He's faster, like, I'll say he actually doesn't beat, Ojiro, in the jumping. I'll say he's a bit, give or take a bit higher than Ojiro. Like, I'll say maybe like a foot more than Ojiro. So, he got them hops, bro. Especially since he's been lifting so much and, he's been trying to, work out, jumping, running with trash, heavy trash, so yeah. Kind of increasing his stuff. So, I'll say that actually they were surprised when he was jumped higher than Ojiro, because, you see him as a thing. So, after that, you can say Midoriya is actually doing pretty decent. Actually surprising, Aizawa. Aizawa's actually very surprised and, very happy that, he has a student that, will take his limits to, the maximum. Midoriya is trying his best, to accomplish what he needs, to get the best score possible. As you know, Aizawa is very, impressed by him in general. As this would happen. Oh yeah, by the way, he would technically be weaker. If you count the quirks, he technically would be weaker than everyone if you think about it. But when it comes to no quirks or anything, he would probably beat your ass. Just saying. Probably. It'd be a pretty hard fight, but I'm pretty sure he'll be able to beat you. Without a quirk, without quirks, just hand to hand, nothing else, like Ojiro without a tail, pretty sure, be a hard fight, but still win it. So yeah. But with quirks, I'll say he's technically the weakest in class, or one of the weakest, since, technically the weakest technically goes to Mineta. So yeah. I'll say the second weakest, I'll say, dang, hold up, Because if you think about it, Jiro can use her sound waves as a heartbeat, kind of. Yeah, so, technically not weaker than Jiro, so. Yeah, I'll say, the only other person Midoriya is stronger than is, Mineta, in, base stats, with Quirk. Or without Quirk, since he doesn't have Quirk, so without a Quirk, he's, basis stats. He's the second worst in the class. Since Mineta has the worst, things in general. He does have some good hops, but not higher than Midoriya though. I'll say surprisingly for let's see. I'll say for the ball throw, he actually does pretty decent, honestly. So I'll say Jiro, I believe, got 300 meters. Ojiro, I think, got 250. I'm not sure on how much. It's been a while, but I still do know Bakugo got 750. Araki got Infinity. Midoriya, I think. What did he get? I think he got same as Bakugo in canon, or a little less than Bakugo in canon. So I'll say they're all like anyone without like a oppression quirk was like 700s. I'll say I think Todoroki was 600 or about that, or I think no, Todoroki was 700. Okay, everyone got like 600 and whatnot. So let's say Midoriya without a quirk, how strong? Because I know very well Michael Myers ragdolled people in the movie. Very well. This man ragdolled them like a ragdoll, bro. It was insane. This man was not joking around with his strength. I'll say, okay, so 100 meters would be natural for a human being. 200 meters would be a baseball star level of throwing. 300 meters would be inhuman. So I'll say, give or take like 300, about now, because he's not that strong yet, so I wouldn't give him the 300 meters. I'll give him the 100 meters, because he's not that strong yet. I forgot, I gotta, forge him into Michael Myers, so yeah. I'll say he has like 100 meters, so, pretty decent, pretty decent. No, I'll say he has like, 150, yeah. Because I'll say I was expecting him to get a 100, but, with because he did work outside. I do gotta mention he is a bit stronger than that. No, he's like stronger than average people. Easy. So I'll say as Alpha he's gonna get 100 instead gets 150 or 110 or 20. So yeah, pretty decent after the ball throw. Surprising. I mean, people smirked on like what a loser. Look at him. He can't even get 300 or like 400 or like an actual score of like UA. The reason why Nezu picked him to be in Class 1A is his intelligence. He saw what he did on the test and was surprised. In fact, on the answers that were wrong, or the questions that were written wrong, he rewrote them and asked his own questions. That kind of counteracted the questions. Kind of answering his question, both another question basically for the test. Which in fact, Nezu was like, hey, yo, what? Yo, hold up, there's actually a kid smarter than I am? What the? Midoriya would actually be pretty strong, honestly, to a normal human being compared to someone. I'll say the strength of, a normal person, a normal adult. So, I'll say a little bit weaker than, Aizawa. Since, Aizawa was able to lift like a lot, like 2 people. So I'll say, surprisingly, he's actually a bit weaker than Aizawa. Now we go to the USJ. Yeah, USJ. Everyone's writing us, everyone, kind of rumors and whatnot. Speaking of, who has the best quirk, who has the worst quirk. They mentioned they kind of compare him to, Deku, because, Deku's quirkless. He has no quirk. As they joke around about, Midoriya's, quirklessness. As Bakugo's still angry that he actually somehow got in. Midoriya's, you can say, as soon as that UA entrance exam, Midoriya felt something wrong. Like, not wrong, but like odd. Like someone's watching you odd. That's what I mean. Naturally, someone's watching you. So, inevitably, villains would appear, everything would happen. And, they're teleported to their zones. Midoriya in the shipwreck zone, as you know. Basically, what would happen is that Midoriya would, get, saved by Suyu, being jumped, almost being, eaten by a shark. As Midoriya would think and would use Manetta's sticky balls to kind of attach the villains to the ship. So he would throw the ball on their chest area, so they would stick to the ship. So they would be able to swim safely. So yeah. They made it sure Shigaraki's almost about to Keisuyu as Aizawa interferes and inevitably, blasted by the name Midoriya, kicks Shigaraki and whatnot. Everything goes down until the Nomu appears and yeah. You could say Midoriya. I'll say he was, he got, backtracked by, a couple of villains. So, he beat up a couple of villains. Like, he overtook like 5 to 7 villains back to back. So after that, I'll say, the Nomu came to try to kill, the kids. As inevitably after that, what would happen is that, it'll just be, people are trying to, protect themselves from the Nomu, just getting ragdolled. As this man will get in the way. He's like, hey, be careful. As this man would basically, get in the way and being punched by the Nomu. As Deku gets ragdolled, getting thrown like Hulk with Digital Loki. Basically, like, doo. Yeah. Immediately just getting jumped by the Nomu, like being punched, being bursted on the ground, like anything you can say. This man's bones are broken, like, bruh. This man's like that one dude from One Punch Man who always gets his butt beat. His ass beaten. So yeah. Now we go to 5 here, as Nomu, Deku, not Nomu and All Might fight. That happens. And I'll see you all later. I'll continue this in part 2.